Okay, so I am going to do a little video to explain how the Nicolette pattern pieces work. I know that for some beginners, color blocking can be a little confusing, and especially when you have so many options on a pattern, it can be that much more confusing. So I hope this helps, and I hope this expedites your cutting and sewing and the whole project. To start, I will say that the Nicolette pattern has 3 different layers of color blocking as an option. You can do 3 layers, you could do 2 layers, you could just do a solid top. It's totally up to you. Let me go through these pieces one by one to let you know how you're going to cut them and orient them, and then we will get to the rest. So first things first, because there's 3 layers of color blocking, you're going to have 3 pieces that will create your front bodice, the front of your topper dress, and you will have 3 pieces that will create the back bodice or the back of your topper dress. So to look at the front pieces, you've got your front upper bodice, you've got your front middle bodice, and you've got your front lower bodice. The front upper is obviously going to be the block near your neckline. The middle bodice is going to be the block in your midsection. The lower bodice is going to be the block near the bottom hem of your shirt or your dress. On this pattern, you have 3 neckline options. You have crew neck, V-neck, and scoop neck. So the first thing you're going to want to do is pick which neckline you want and cut out your size. The next thing you're going to want to do is look at your middle bodice. This one's going to show you your different length options for the Nicolette. You have a t-shirt cut line, you have a tunic cut line, you have a mid-thigh dress cut line, and you have an above the knee dress cut line. Now is the time that you will decide what length you want your garment. So, say we want tunic. We're going to find that tunic cut line, and we're either going to cut this off and keep the top piece, or what I like to do is fold them along the desired cut line and then fold the excess out of the way. So what you're left with is your middle bodice cut at the appropriate length. The next thing you're going to do is look at the lower bodice piece. This is our front lower bodice piece to go with the front bodice pieces. The first thing you're going to do is you've already decided that you wanted a tunic length. So you're going to find the tunic top cut line. You're going to cut or fold at that location and set that down. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to find the tunic bottom cut line. It's right here. So you're going to cut or fold that excess out of the way. There's your front lower bodice. So what you're left with for your front bodice pieces, all of them, all 3 of them, is you've got a front upper, a front middle, and a front lower. You're going to repeat these same steps for all of your back bottom pieces. This is your back upper, your back middle, and your back lower. At this point, we are going to decide how we want our tunic color blocked. Do I want 3 separate fabrics? If so, go ahead, cut out your separate fabrics from your 3 different blocks. Say you want to have 1 fabric for your upper, but you want to have only 1 fabric that will be the same for your middle and your lower blocks. If this is the case, you're going to take the lower bodice piece and you're going to overlap your middle by about 3/4 of an inch. And you're going to notice that when you do this, your size lines will match up along the transition between those 2 pieces. Once you have that lined up, you're going to take your tape, you're going to tape it down. Okay, so now we've got one piece for the bottom of our front bodice and one piece for the upper or the top of our front bodice. You can go ahead and cut that out of your fabric. You would do the same exact overlapping on your back bodice pieces. Now say I want a completely solid top or dress. So in this case it would be a completely solid tunic. I would then take front upper bodice and overlap it 3/4 of an inch over that middle bodice and then tape in place. Whatever you decide you will repeat to your set of back bodice pieces so that all of your blocks line up. So there's your front, your finished, completed front bodice piece that you would then cut on the fold. Now to talk about the next part of it, for your sleeves. Your sleeves, you have two pieces. You have your upper sleeve and your lower sleeve. You have only one color block option for this. If you want color block, you would cut these from your fabric separately. This is designed so that this color block length hits about the same location as your front upper bodice color block would if they were separated. If you want a solid colored sleeve, you don't want any color blocking, what you're going to do is you're going to overlap the top or the upper sleeve over your lower sleeve by 3/4 of an inch, and you're going to tape it in place. Next, you're going to choose which sleeve length you would like. On this pattern, you have the option of short sleeve, elbow length sleeve, 3/4 length sleeve, or long sleeve. Say I want elbow sleeve. I'm going to fold these little hem knockouts out of the way, and then I'm going to go down to my elbow sleeve length. I'm either going to cut that or I'm going to fold it out of the way so that I don't have to tape it together again afterwards. So now you've got your front bodice constructed and it's solid. You have your sleeve constructed and solid. And again, you would do everything that you did to the front bodice pieces, you would do the same to the back bodice pieces. And that's all there is to it. So if you have any other questions, please feel free to ask Jessica or I. We are happy to answer any questions.